Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mystery Kings Vanguard channel, and today doing another profile. This time is for a premium dimension police deck. This is the list that got me a top at Active Game Collection, shop challenge for premium, and top 4 at Bricks Play. The exact same list, I didn't change it all. But basically I just go over match report of the day. For AGC, that day was first opponent against Hua Anji. Having a quite a fair amount of 6k base, I mean just 4 to 6. If you write that, you can damage deny them, they could potentially break. So yeah. Second round, if I'm not mistaken, it was against another Twa, is it? I think so, yeah. Another Twa Anji. Then after that, third round was against Nightmare Dolls, which is a friend of mine. So it was just full win all the way. And finals, same again, I guess. New play again, so win. And after that, you went to Bricks Play that day. First round was against, if I'm not mistaken, it was an Ezo, I think. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, it was an Ezo. Then that was okay. I actually don't remember matchup for Bricks Play. I'm so sorry. I know there was a Bricks Play. I got knocked out at top 4 by Nubatama, sadly. Basically, this deck actually can't really handle Nubatama that well because of how much. Okay, if they high roll a little bit in the late stages, then yeah, if not, you can generally win the matchup. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over this whole deck profile. Starter, I'm running on Ogoyusha. Okay, I've actually tested around with different starters. Ogoyusha, Daihawk. The another one which I actually like a lot was the other one, the Res in Soul Counter Charge. Grand something, Grand Wisdom. No, no, not Grand Wisdom. That's what I'm playing. Uh, Grand Volver? No, Grand Volver is the other one. Okay, basically the one that Res give you any plus, you Vanguard +4 in Soul Counter Charge one, and draw one. Um, my initial idea was because it's gonna net you a card anyway, same value as this. But the thing is, I haven't factored in the simple fact that it can potentially get removed. That's one thing, and two, the thing about Dimension Police is no matter what era you look at, it has literally zero early game presence, like barely any early game presence. So the on-demand draw, the first turn draw, is actually very valuable, and assuming that you are playing in a meta whereby Shadow Partner is potentially a thing, it can potentially get it removed, so you don't want to risk that happening. That's why I still choose the new Goyusha. As for the old Goyusha and like Hawk, basically you don't have that many D-Robo cards in your deck. After modeling the deck to new stuff and some personal choice, you generally don't have that many non-D-Robo cards. So running this as a starter, which I feel is the most optimal one as of now. For grade 3s, I'm actually very happy with this one I'm playing now. For Dayusha and for grade Dayusha, I tried the 2 of Daikaiser. Initially I tried it because of the potential reasoning whereby I can. Okay, at this rate the deck draws. If I high roll into my Reika, I can draw a lot, and the point I may deck up. So I thought the Legion can push back, the bullshit. But the thing is, playing this deck, I realized that if I'm thinking that late in game, I will end up may or may not losing my win condition in general. So there's a chance whereby I roll into the wrong grade 3 and I don't get any force marker, I lose out a lot of momentum. So that's why I cut the whole idea of um Kaiser, because I feel that it's actually very greedy, that to the point I don't think it's actually worth it to give up that much consistency for a greedy play. That's why I dropped the whole idea in general. So I'm just sticking to these two. It gives you force marker. If you go first and you run into this, I guess it's a very good early game presence. It gives you 2 crit right off the bat. Next is the star of the deck. I would say, yeah, my win con. 4 copies of Platinum Ace. Basically, on Vanguard Circle, during your main phase, if its power is 13k or greater, you get +1 crit. Now, that 1 crit, okay, this card would have been horrible before NLK. Before the restriction of NLK, because you don't want to give damage. So in that sense, I think Die Hard would have been a better option in that meta. But as of now, with NLK out of the meta, you can happily feed damage, like literally. Now the thing about this is that it puts your opponent immediately up to kill range for your Bravest Pick Laurel play. So having 2 crits, if they choose to take it, they are up to 2. If they took one the previous turn, they're up to 3, which is like little range against any Bravest Pick or first right Dayusha plays, which G-Guards don't count on blindly yet. That's why I'm still running for this. Now, having running at 4 because any cards that okay, when it comes to deck building, I have a very simple mindset whereby any card you want to see as early as possible, like Blaster Dark in Luat or Berserk Dragon in Kagero, him in DP, you run it as 4 because you optimize your chance of seeing him. Doesn't matter if you become dead later on, it can just become negate fodder, which I don't really mind. So 4 of this. Now since I'm running this, I have to run some form of enabler, which is Die Dragon, which is Soul plus 1 give a Vanguard plus 5. So, and it's not that bad of beat still, it's 20k beater. So it can be an enabler for him, or it can be a beater later on down the game, which is like 20k attacker, potentially 30 with force markers. So running 3 of this. Now we come on to over to the flex spot, I'll call it. Now in this spot, I see a lot of people prefer playing Bobo, which I don't disagree on. It's actually decent in that whereby it's counter blast heavy, but for me, I feel that we're in a meta whereby it doesn't really matter whether opponent bothers damage denying you. We are not in a Gize meta anymore. No one plays Gize. We have Ezra running around, which is guaranteed feeding you damage. So yeah. Now I'm going with Grand Wisdom. So basically, the counter charger. Okay. Before this, I was playing on Grand Hop. Yes, I remember the starter name, Grand Hop. I realized that the Grand Hop counter charge is good. However, it screws up the whole deck's great consistency to the point whereby it's not even worth it anymore. That's how I came over to this guy. Now this is actually very flexible. If you want to play him, it's fine. Or you can try Enigma Blanc, which it serves a very similar purpose, but Enigma Blanc happens on the beginning of attack step, so it's on demand. But personally, I'm playing this for the great ratio consistency or something like that, so that's why I choose him over Enigma Blanc. Diaboless and Dijet. Okay, Diaboless, to be honest, actually don't want to see him very often. Like, at most you want to see him like once per game. You don't have the counter blast to use that many. It's a free early game plus, yes, definitely, but eating so many counter blasts is not something you want to do very often in a deck whereby counter blasts don't come very easily, whereby I only have him and a Giga to do it for me. As for Dijet, if somehow it goes to a mid to late game and I'm gonna deck out, I always have him to push one grade 3 back to the deck for me if I have to. And running to all this gives me an option to what I call with Die Earth, so a bit of versatility in there. That's why I'm running this at a 1 of each, because generally you don't want to see too many of these at one point, so they are just in a sense flex spot. So that's why I'm running 2 of it at one of each. That's all about it. Next, as for the great ones, now having Platinum Ace, I don't think that Die Dragons is enough to enable Platinum Ace. So now we move on to Die Brave, which helps to enable Platinum Ace even further. So Soul Blast 1, it works really, and good on hit pressure to stint through a deck if you have to. And for Laura, okay, now the Laura, you can do something very cheesy if you have the resource to, but basically you can put Laura to get a Platinum Ace to bring up to a total of 3 critical. So in matchups like Greydora, which I did play against during Activing Collection, they want the damage, they have to eat 3 at once, which equals to putting them up to immediate lethal range, whereby if they want to if they have a negate to stop me for realistic pick, good for them. If not, they are probably gonna have to, I don't know, ride into the, who's that called? Lion, in order to stop the Bravest Peak attack to have a guaranteed negate. That's why I'm running 4 of this. 3 strike forders, you're gonna want to rewrite very often in this whole deck. So same logic as Alfred, rewrite equals to lesser grade 3 count, so you're gonna fall back on the strike fodder to help you secure the cost of strike. Now next is 2 copies of Agnemon-Con, probably the best PG in Dimension Police. It's so free. Like, on the cost of so-called 1 Soul Blast, it's always gonna be 1 Soul Blast because of how big your Vanguard gets. You get a free negate back. Like, it's so free. That's why I'm running 2 of these. I'm not running anymore is because, as you can see, the whole deck is actually really packed. Like, if I want to run more, sure, I'm probably going to drop, like, I don't know, some text slots like Dijet, Diaboless, I don't know, Wisdom, maybe Strike Fodder for it. So I think 2 is the most I can afford as in terms of space. Generally, I would say 2 is healthy enough, but if we were still in the NLK meta, I would say max it out at 4 because the negates in the matchup are very potent. So I'm running this at 2 off. Next is the triggers, which I think is actually really cookie cutter, but really cookie cutter, but not really. It's more personalized, I would say. For Reka, I enjoy how much this card can plus you. You send it back with River's Peak, it's a net 0. With a restand, it's a +1. So you send 3 back, it's a +3 immediately. That's why I'm running 4 of these. I feel that it's actually very broken. It's a simple reason whereby you have so much early game presence to the point whereby I don't mind dragging a little bit for a bit of blasting engine. Next is the 6 crits. You won't know what kind of games you can cheese together with like Bravest Peak, with Crit, with Laura. You won't know you can cheese the win. Like Bravest Peak by itself with 2 damage with Laura is actually very scary. Putting up with 1 more crit, 3 crits, it probably is game winning, but some not so. Now I'm not playing Linka because the simple reason whereby this deck actually don't really last that long, and I don't run a very high crit count. I'm only running 8. So when opponent catches on, they are probably gonna notice whereby you don't run that many great trees if they caught on. Because running strike forward, you're telling your opponent whereby, oh, I'm not running a lesser great tree count, so it means I'm playing strike forward instead. So generally 1 PG can stop the Vanguard if they are feeling really safe. And I feel that having the Soul Blast is too cheesy, and another thing is, first strike Bravest Peak, the Linka doesn't go off. So that's one more reason. And 2 draw PG to fill in the last negate spot, I guess. And next is for V-Heal. I mean, playing a deck with no early game plusing, I think the new triggers will be very helpful in this case. So I'm running a total of like 12, which makes up for the lack of early game presence. So now moving over to the G zone, which actually very big regrets for my Bricks Play tournament. Now 3 copies of Bravest Peak. Now I don't have another copy. Oh, it was so bad. That top 4 match, I lost because I didn't have a 4th copy. I was like telling my friend the day before, okay, I'm pretty sure there's gonna come a time whereby I'm gonna need a 4th copy and I don't have it. Guess what? The tournament itself, I don't really have it, so I had to GB8. He had enough negate to stop me, so I died to Nubatama. That's why max it out. Definitely max it out if you can. So yeah. Next is the 2 copies of the Die Earth. A good first strike if you do not have the Laura to do the Laura together with Bravest Peak play on first strike. He's always an alternative. So it help you tilt out stuff. You can tilt out your Dijet, or you can tilt out your Diaboless for on-demand draw if you need to, but you're gonna take a 3 counter blast, so watch out with that. Next is the 2 copies of Dimax. Basically Dimax is that if you are gonna play against like Redora where no Optiruns is coming, like they only have, I don't know, 2 counter blast face up, 1 counter blast face up, and no counter blast face up because Gredora gonna afflict for them. So you basically telling them either take this and hope I don't check crit, same logic as standard DP, or you lose the game, and yeah. So you could potentially prevent Optirunner's play or Sukamurakan from Nubatama. That's why you still run this at 2 off. Generally, any other matchup, you just go into him, they become flip fodder. Very simple. Next is X-Led. Basically, he's there for matchups whereby opponent knows what your deck is supposed to be doing. You are supposed to Laura and you Bravest Peak attack. So it's going to take up 2 counter blasts in total. Now this helps in the sense whereby if they do not feed you counter blast, this gets turned off. You have something to do on first strike. So you can give her on hit pressure, you can rest it with Reka, you can send it back, and you can draw with Reka. If it hits, it's draw down 1. It's a free +1 if you let hit. And you can stand 1 as well. So definitely a solid 1-off. It used to be a Sea Breeze which I played, but Sea Breeze is never useful in your whole deck. You're never going to Sea Breeze. Like, your whole deck isn't really that GB reliant. You can play without GB. So if opponent want to grade 2 game, you can just ride up. Have fun with the crit, I don't know, that bullshit. If they still want to grade 2 game, you can play standard with them like with Arisha, that rewrite bullshit, you know. The usual stuff. 1 copy of GB8 is very broken. Like, 6 crit at the Vanguard, who wouldn't want that? So really insane card. After that, your whole field gets plus 120 if you have the bot. If you don't, then this card actually becomes very bricky. Next, 1 copy of Stark. Having Stark together with Lauren takes out 3 counter blast. It can make for a very threatening play if you can pull it off. So definitely a good, solid 1-off. Next is just a random 2 for 6 gigas. Now I will probably drop one on the Atlantis Dolphin for another Bravest Peak if I can get my hands on it. However, Excalibur is that free. It's a free 25k shield. Could bump me up to 4 in some matchup whereby they're gonna poke you, I guess. So this is important. For free 30k shield if you took the damage, who would want that? Now this is actually gonna be quite important. I may pump this up to 2 depending on how the meta shifts, because basically popular loop is a thing. So they're gonna just 19, 19, 19, 19, 19, you know, I don't have Honoli, I can't play Honoli, I don't have the space for it. So if I can pump it up to 2, I can get 2 Gigas off. I can basically pump my Vanguard up to 23 if I have the given Counter Blast too. So 23, they potentially have to put the Great Tree at the back to scale it up my magic in order to touch me. If not, yeah. That's why I will actually raise this count to stop the whole load in general. That's why I'll find it's very solid. Now that's about it for today's deck profile. If you actually enjoyed it, just leave a like. I'm so sorry I haven't been uploading any content. I've been actually like practicing really hard for my upcoming ACQ, which I'm really hoping I make top cut. Like literally, I've been practicing really hard. Spoiler lah, I'll just tell you guys what I'm playing. I'll be playing Luat for the day itself, not DP. I think DP is actually too slow for the meta I'll be playing in, which is the Bermuda. That's why I personally opting for Luat. With the main early game, you know, the usual bullshit, that's why I'm playing that. So that's about it for today. See you guys soon. Bye guys.